Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Oak Ridge High School for Game 3 of the MLK. The Dream is Real tournament here. Oak Ridge High School will handle the Orlando Christian Prep Warriors in this third game. State 1 versus State number 2. An exciting game of varsity basketball. 8-minute quarters. And these two teams should be very evenly matched. Orlando Christian Prep, a lot of height, a lot of length. And Oak Ridge, a ton of hustle. They will match up very, very well. Stephen Reese, the head coach of Oak Ridge. Trey Burke, the head coach of Orlando Christian Prep. And the tip controlled by OCP. Josh Blasquez will work it up. He will kick it to the right corner. Brought inside, looking to back him down. Kicks it back out, top of the key. Works off the elbow. Off the backboard and no good. Picked up by Milan Buckner. Working at the top. Sends it over to the corner, looking for a place to go with it. Back to the top. High three. That's good. Drive inside, off the glass, nice touch. Then Alan Lubin, the 6'7 junior. And Oak Ridge will work it back down. Michael James, a 6'5 senior. Works from top, pulls up for three. Rattles it home. Oak Ridge 6-2. Swinging around OCP with a ton of movement. Left hand off miss, no good, but a foul called. And it won't be a shooting foul. Oak Ridge will handle it. Lewis Jones, the junior, will work it up. He goes against Van Allen Lubin. Working his way back, kicks it to Buckner. Almost lost control, but Jones holds on to it. Levin slides out. Michael James looks to drive, kicks it back out, and they'll work it back through. Great defense by Orlando Christian. Shot long, no good. Rebound, and they're going to push it up court. Got a man in the left corner. Good defense picked up by Oak Ridge. And that was Fabio Basili, number 11. And the block, but a push. And that'll be foul on Milan Buckner, the senior point guard, 5'10". And Oak Ridge a 4-point lead, but they send Camden Easley, the 6'8 senior, to the line. Easley, one of two players over 6'8", 6'8", and then 6'10", Jaden Hastings, the sophomore, 185 pounds. And as he continues to grow in size, he will be an absolute powerhouse on this team. First free throw is no good. Both free throws no good. Both off back iron. Oak Ridge trying to save it and does. And now James will push it up court. Swings to Lewis Jones. Jones inside, but tipped away by Van Allen Lubin. He pushes it up court to Figueroa. Figueroa steps back. And now he'll work back to the top and try and reset the offense. Drive inside by Blasquez. No, hands off. No good on the touch shot by Camden Easley. James pushes it up again. He's going to work. Flips it inside. Quick pass. Hands couldn't hold on to it. Lewis Jones couldn't snag it. And 6-2 still your score. Turnover. And a substitution for Orlando Christian Prep as Isaiah Sutherland, the 6'5 sophomore, steps in. A pretty wide range of age on this Orlando Christian team. Fairly senior-laden team for Oak Ridge and Coach Stephen Reese. Nice touch inside, trying to get out, but onto the baseline goes Buckner. That was Lubin finds the baseline. He'll turn the ball over back to Oak Ridge. And Basili will bring it up to 6'3" junior. 9.2 points per game for Basili. A CP3 Rising Star alum, so a big player on this team. Long three, rattles home by Michael James. Mike James, 19.6 points per game, leading scorer for Oak Ridge. As a lob, and Lob City says hello. Rattle the rim on the slam by Jaden Hastings. They didn't see it coming. And Hastings excited. Pass over to Buckner, kicks it back to Basili. He'll pull up deep and drains it, nothing but net. And Basili making himself known, 12-4. And the long ball working well for Oak Ridge. They're starting to pull away here early, an 8-point lead. Halfway done in the first quarter. Long three off the front rim. Grabbed by Buckner. Pushes it downfield. Down the court, rather, I'm sorry. Come from doing football earlier in the day. Still have some turf on my mind. But that one up and in. Manages to avoid the defender. Roll it off the fingers. Almost on the block. 14-4, double-digit lead. I'm surprised I haven't seen a timeout yet from Coach Trey Burke. Jaden Hastings looking for a place to go. Gives it to Figueroa. Figueroa pulls in. That shot is blocked. Wow, they're going to say that was a foul. Sounded like all ball from Basili, but a push. And to the line to shoot two is the senior guard, Omar Figueroa. 2 fouls for Oak Ridge here as we are under the halfway point in the fourth. 3:36 remains in the first quarter. First of 2 free throws is good. And Figueroa makes them both. Lead trimmed back to single digits. Basile looks up. He's going to work crossover, trying to find his footing. Loses it. And a foul on a push as he managed to get the corner on Omar Figueroa. Almost lost his footing there. Thought maybe it was a wet spot. But his handle is fantastic. Basile, a 6'3" junior, so just wait to see what he does next year as well. Will be highly recruited and sought after by NCAA Division I. Long three from the left corner. That was Michael James, no good. Kick back out to Basile. Long three, just off the rim. It runs in and out. And Orlando Christian will work back up. Velasquez driving in, loses the ball, picks it back up, but he is smothered. Back out to Figueroa. Figueroa looking for somewhere to go with it. He's going to work his way left. He slows down, sets up the offense. Lubin starts working his way back to the right block. He's going to come down to the right corner. Outlet pass if he needs one. Figueroa takes a screen, pulls top of the key, pulls up. That's short. Rebound by number 14. Pushing uphill. Blocked off the top by Jaden Hastings. And that was Lewis Jones with the drive in the lane. As he tried to go up, Hastings came right down and smacked the ball out of his hand. And Hastings, a 4-inch advantage. Looking it up. That one blocked again. Hastings barely didn't even, I don't think he left his feet, just to the tip of his toes, and swats that one away. So the defense showing up, as I said, Hastings, as he begins to get bigger, is going to be a player to watch for Orlando Christian Prep and the Warriors. Basile works again. And that one tipped away. And a big push. And they have to hold him back. And Basile with a push. They are talking about a foul now. A big push as Omar Figueroa went diving for that basketball. He got up ready to charge. His teammates right there. Good job to go ahead and hold him back. Importantly, keep him in the game. That's going to be a matchup to watch as we go forward. And they're going to call a flagrant foul. And that's going to give Figueroa 2 free shots. And first one is good. Basile continues to plead his case to the official as Figueroa makes both free throws, 14-8, so now a 6-point game. And that could have been one of those things that you don't want to do, especially because with Orange Christian Prep, they can get back into this game really quick with that kind of emotional surge, as Lubin will inbound it to Blasquez. Blasquez calling for the screen. He hands it off to Figueroa. Figueroa works, and he'll work his way back towards midcourt. Back inside to Lubin. Lubin hands off to Hastings. Back to Figueroa. Looking for a place to go. Looking for an open lane. Finds Hastings in the middle. One dribble off the backboard. Little sky hook work by Jaden Hastings. And he brings the Warriors within 4. Swinging around, looking for an open spot. Buckner swings back over to James, trying to find somewhere to go. Can't find an open crease to get through. Double team, picked the basketball up, hit on the hand as he threw. Picked up by Figueroa. The lob to Hastings, missed, followed up. The follow-up is missed. Still trying to go. That one's missed. Finally picked up and a foul called. It's going to stay on that end of the floor. A.J. Brown getting in there, trying to follow up the follow-up. And just a scrum at the basket. Figueroa will inbound it off of the hands of Van Allen Lubin, the 6'7 junior. And a turnover goes back to Oak Ridge High School. Oak Ridge 13-1, a 5-game winning streak coming into the second in 7A. Three from the left corner. Rather from the left elbow, I should say, as he kind of came out from the corner looking for a lob. One hand, that wasn't a lob, but he managed to tip it in. Heads up play by Osifer Owens. 14-12, and OCP's brought it back within 2. Michael James looking for someone to go. He's going to shake and bake, tries to turn, loses his balance, turnover. No, still picked up by Oak Ridge, and no basket as Lewis Jones managed to save that possession right there as he picked it up off the deck. And a foul called on Osifer Owens. And Bennett working on the right side. Floater no good. Own rebound, puts it back up. That one's no good. And finally hauled in by Van Allen Lubin. A.J. Brown kicks it out. Figueroa, long three off of the back rim. And rebound by number 14. A couple of numbers on this roster, folks. We apologize. We'll try and get those for you. And out of bounds on the steal, but A.J. Brown can't stay in bounds, finds the near sideline. That's going to turn it back over to Oak Ridge High School. Orlando Christian 16-0 under Coach Trey Burks, average double-digit victory win, so they're winning by 10 points or more. Figueroa, 13 points per game. Van Allen Lubin, 13.4. A.J. Brown, 16.5 points per game. As Basili drives all the way in, lays it up. And an official's timeout gets called. And not sure what seems to be going on. Doesn't seem to be anything too detrimental, as OCP will keep the basketball. But the discussion seems to continue. I'm not sure what is going on. Looks like the officials are trying to get something figured out. I guess the clock didn't start correctly, so there's only 2 seconds remaining in the half, or in the quarter rather, as that one let loose by Figueroa hits top of the stanchion. and comes down. So end of the first quarter, 16-12. Oak Ridge with the lead, trying to hand the Orlando Christian Prep Warriors their first loss of the season. Game 3 of the MLK, the Dream is Real tournament here. And what a day it has been on SUV TV. The Georgia-Florida High School Football Showcase earlier in the day in Haines City. These 3 games today. I'm not sure if you were able to everyone was able to see the first game, but a lot of fun it has been. We just carried Olympia High School and Auburndale, Apopka and Central Florida Christian Academy also were in the earlier game. And we are getting a couple of number changes for everybody so we can make sure everyone is properly called on during the broadcast. So number 14 has been Elijah Elliott. Jeremiah Bannister is 25, the senior power forward. So Oak Ridge gets the ball to open up the second quarter. Again, 8-minute quarters here as they lead by 4, 16-12. 3 team fouls for both. And Bannister will work it up. Jamari Sands holds it, and he's going to kick it back out to Bannister. Bannister holds and looks for a spot to go. He finds Jones. No one pulling the trigger yet, trying to get the open look. Back to Bannister. Bannister looking for somebody. He's got Basili out to his right. He's going to feed it to him. Basili got plenty of room. He'll shoot it from back there, but he goes ahead and hands it back. Bannister telling Basili to go ahead and move, trying to direct traffic. Sees an open lane, kicks it out. A drive in, going to work the reverse, up and in, knocked away. That was Michael James. Basili recovers. Back to James again. James will go through, gets both feet down, jumps up. He's hit on the throw, on the shot. Elijah Elliott grabs it, puts it back in. Not much of a chance of that one going in, but he wanted to make sure he was in the act, so he at least threw it up there and got the active shooting call. 16-12. And Michael James, the senior, gets the first point of the second quarter. Caleb Thomas will come in as Elijah Elliott will sit down. I would expect to see quite a lot of Fabio Basili today. I don't know if he'll actually see the bench too much in this game. Both free throws good. A 6-point lead opened back up for Oak Ridge. Josh Blasquez will work it up the court. The 5'10", 175-pound senior calling out, trying to get some movement. Lubin picks it, kicks it back out. Back to Blasquez, trying to find somewhere to go with it. He's got Owens. He's going to go back to Lubin. Quick turn and the shot off back rim. That was A.J. Brown. Picked up. Push down court. Kick back out to Bannister. James pulls up for 3. Off the side of the rim. No good. Rebound. And a foul called. And that's Jeremiah Bannister with the foul. Hits the arm. And that was Asifer Owens, the senior 6'6" guard. So the Warriors retain possession. The double team. Blessings gets around, finds Lubin. He's going to work in. He's hit as he comes down. That was all ball. Great block. Trying to find a place to go. Lubin once again blocked from behind by Bannister. Misses again. What defense by Oak Ridge. They're playing heavy right now. They're going to push it up court. Look, make something happen on it. They were trying to get a walk. I thought he had ball and he was losing control. But they're going to say that Van Allen Lubin gave a shove in the side to Lewis Jones. Not in the act of shooting. He was in the act of driving to the rim, and he did not have control of the basketball. So that's going to be a baseline inbound for the Pioneers. James will inbound it, looking to see where it's going to go. Who's going to get free? Basili gets free on the left corner. Kicks it back out to Bannister. Bannister with the long 3. That was Thomas, rather. Bannister with the long 3, and that ball tipped out, and that's going to stay the blue ball. James trying to say he didn't tip it. Thought it was tipped by A.J. Brown or another one of the Warrior players. Instead, Blasquez will bring it up. He's going to slide out to Owens. Owens works it inside to Hastings. A harm, and the basket is good. Gets the bucket. Van Allen Lubin hits on the arm. puts it down 18-14, a chance to draw it back within a 3-point game. Be the closest that the Eagles have been since early in the first quarter. And he misses it off the back of the rim. Michael James brings it up. Works to the left side, looking for somewhere to go. Working his zone. James going to work his way in. Finds Basili, who's almost carried out of bounds. Kicks it back around. Now Bannister's going to work, and he's going to drive it in. Loses control. Manages to keep it almost stolen away by Figueroa. As we hit the 5.5-minute mark remaining in the half. Bannister looks, finds James. 3-ball, short off the front of the rim. Picked up and pushed down court. And knocked away by Basili. Good defense all the way around. Caleb Thomas got in the way. Just had the ball off of the hands of Owens. By the time he regained control, Basili was there to knock it out. And what was thought to be an easy 2 points ends up going out of bounds. And they'll work another, do have a baseline inbound. 3-ball, no shot called, and we get a push off. And we got a blocking foul called on Jaden Hastings. So a long 3 by Omar Figueroa will be called off with the foul. And then Alan Lubin will come in for Hastings. 18-14, clock is stopped at 5:09. Bannister brings it up, hands to James. James looks for a spot, has a screen, gets triple teamed. Kicks it back to Basili, no one near him. Basili's going to pull up for 3, can't blame him. No good, but saved and laid up and in. Basili missed that one, thought he had it off the back iron, bounces around. What a rebound by Caleb Thomas, a 6'2 senior guard. Getting in there, mucking it up a little bit and finding a way to be involved. Again, no shot clock in high school basketball. Bannister trying to get it inbounded somehow. Gets it to Elijah Elliott. Elliott will give it to Bannister, and he'll work to reset the offense. Basili on the left corner nearest to us. Bannister drives in, floats it, and the floater drops. Great shot by Bannister. 20-14. Jeremiah Bannister looking really good handling his business out there and controlling the offense. And Alan Lubin gets the handoff, the assist from Owens, and he puts it up and in off of the glass. 20-16. Long shot way off, almost got caught in the side of the rim. And Thomas, nothing there. Foul called on the break down the court. And that's Elijah Elliott with the hold. And that will bring in Isaiah Brown for Owens. Defense making it hard for Blasquez. High lob to Lubin, no good. They're going to push it back up court. Pass inside off the rim. That was Elijah Elliott, and he couldn't make it stick. Lubin going to save it, gives it to Figueroa, or rather Blasquez. Blasquez is going to push. He's going to kick it out to A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown's going to step in, take the shot off of the rim. Rebound by Michael James. He's going to bring it up court. Kicks it back. Number 25, Jeremiah Bannister. Bannister into Caleb Thomas. Back to James. James waits for some movement. Elijah Elliott holds now. Back out to James. Another Caleb Thomas. Back goes to Basili. Basili picks up the dribble. And back to Bannister. Bannister still trying to find somewhere to go. Looking to swing it around. He's got Basili in the right corner. Between the legs, looking for a drive. Kicks out to James. James is going to wait for the pull up, and a blocking call as James kicked it back out to Basili. Blocking call on number 20, Isaiah Brown, the 6'4 freshman guard. And you could hear the eruption on the Warriors bench. They didn't like that call, thought he had his feet set. And with 7 fouls, we're going to go 1-1. So they will play the shot. First shot is good. And a 5-point lead pending shot number 2 for Michael James, the leader in points per game for this team, 19.5 points per game for the Pioneers. And he makes both of them. 22-16, 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Velasquez brings it up court, looks to be double-teamed by Basili and Bannister. A drive in the lane, runs right over Caleb Thomas. And what a floater by Isaiah Brown. Great play, great no call. No forcible contact. I like to let him play through that shot. It was a great shot at that. Back to a 4-point game. Bannister lets Figueroa go by, but goes ahead and holds on to it. He's going to swing it over to James, and James is going to slow it down. 2.5 minutes remains here in the first half. Basili gets free. Had a defender off of his feet. James is going to pull up for three. He's going to miss it off the back of the rim. And once again, Velasquez is going to push it down court. He's going to drive right through the lane, off the left side, miss, and Lubin picks it up. And did he? Yeah, he made it. They didn't give it the and one, but it is an and one. Great shot by Lubin. Follows up, works the glass, and the push in the back is not going to matter. It's the fame and the foul. And Van Allen Lubin has a chance to make this a 1-point game, 22-20. Reminder, folks, that as both teams are in the bonus now, a reminder that at halftime we will step away for the half and come back after a 10-minute halftime period. Then Allen Lubin misses the free throw attempt, so it stays 22-20. Michael James will bring it up court. Basili works the head fake, trying to find somewhere to go, works inside, off the right block, can't get it up. Was trying to get to the elbow, just got pushed up a little bit further. Lubin's going to take it, he's going to work his way in and kick it back out to the right corner. Three ball good for A.J. Brown, the 6'4 junior. And the Warriors take the lead, 23-22, first lead of the game for Orlando Christian Prep. Basili kicks it, or rather kicked back out to Basili, and he misses it. And one again. What a drive. And Omar Figueroa with the damage manages to get the ball down, 25-22. And Lewis Jones will check in. And Figueroa misses that free throw. 25-22, a 3-point game. Basili works it up court. And Basili and Jamari Sands looking identical with that Patrick Mahomes haircut going on. Drive in the lane, loses control of the basketball. Lewis Jones. Figueroa pushes it up court, kicks it back to him. He takes a three, off back iron. Rebound by the Warriors. A.J. Brown going to go inside to Lubin. Lubin off the glass, and he puts it in. All of a sudden, the Warriors in control. They're up by 5, 27-22. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Basili slows it down. Hands off to Sands. Back up to Lewis Jones. He's going to try and direct some traffic a little bit. Basili calls for it. Inside to Michael James. James picks up from the elbow, makes that one. 27-24, 3-point game now. Omar Figueroa will bring it up. He's going to slow it down as we get 20 seconds. They're going to hold for the last shot. Lubin gets it, hands back, goes back to Figueroa. He tries to spin move, loses control on the spin. Out of bounds on the turnover, 9.5 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And this would be a really big possession for the Pioneers to go in with the game tied or just down by one, even though 3 is still a close game. Still going to drive in. He's going to one-hand it off the rim. No good. They're going to look for it. 3 ball as the buzzer hits. Nothing but air. And we'll go to the half. 27-24. The Warriors storm back, being down 6. They were down almost the entire half. All of a sudden they go up by 3. This is going to be a fun game, folks. Get ready to enjoy the second half. We'll be back with you.
Tamara Brown with SUV TV at the CP3 Rising Stars Camp.
SUV TV's 2019 NBA Draft Day coverage.
Anthony Edwards Collegiate Decision, presented by the Georgia Hoop Circle on SUV TV.
SUV TV brings the game to the audience.
You give a better focus on the actual game at hand. Sometimes you could tell it's just a running camera by itself sitting there, but with SUV TV, it's more of a personal experience.
Just the exposure, being able to see games that you normally wouldn't be able to see, not only here locally, but across the country.
Those angles make you pick up different things as a coach, as an evaluator. They're giving you great quality. Nobody talking in the background.
A family member was in a different state, they can watch the game, or just bringing in more coverage for these players, or if it just allows us to raise more money for something like Susan G. Komen. And so I think this event has grown because you guys have been a part of it the whole entire time.
SUV TV has given a different light to kids that don't always get the best exposure.
The commentary that goes along with the games, I think, is always interesting.
Touchdown.
Oh, yes, sir. It brings something to the table that no other streaming aspect can bring, no matter how hard they try right now.
Game time, Avian Williamson
at the buzzer.
That is how you get the Peachtree Corners Invitational started. And that will do it. Thanks for joining.
And welcome back to Oak Ridge High School, folks. Second half action underway for the Warriors and the Oak Ridge High School Pioneers. Orange Christian Prep will inbound. And Omar Figueroa will work it up court. Inside to Lubin. Lubin's going to spin inside. Double team. Still manages to get it up. Great defense by Oak Ridge. Still can't get on top of it, Alan Lubin. And it's a 5-point lead as we open up the second half. Swinging around the floor, trying to find a hole. Does find one and gets the roll. That's number 2, Milan Buckner. Haven't heard much from him since the first quarter. He comes in ready to play. And a nice drive working his way through traffic, gets into the center of the lane, and then works it up off the rim. And Velasquez drives all the way around. Great speed, great ball control. He answers right back with his own scoop and score. So Buckner works it up again. Back to James. James works from the left side. He's going to hand to Basili. Basili's going to wait, look for some movement, maybe a screen, and instead passes off to Tyler Davis. Back to Elijah Elliott. Elliott over to Basili. He's going to swing out. Long three and in. Rattles it in, but a nice shot by Tyler Davis. And I think the score has been messed up on the scoreboard, as it will be corrected. Doesn't affect play on the court. A 2 from the elbow, or from the wing rather. Real nice shot by Omar Figueroa just outside, or just inside of the three-point line. 33-29. Buckner working around, hands to James in the right corner. Puts on the floor, back out to Buckner. Long three off the back of the rim. Rebound by Lubin in traffic, and he will get it to Velasquez. He's going to push it up court. He's going to stop right near the wing. Back to Lubin. He's going to drive in. And it's like it was hit off of the fingers of a Pioneer player. So deflected the shot of Lubin, but out of bounds and back, or stays with the Warriors. Again, no shot clock in high school basketball. A.J. Brown, which he's going to take it in. Hit from behind, and a charge called. The block from behind by Michael James, rather, and then a charge. Tyler Davis took the harm, but gets the turnover. Basili's going to push it down court. Working the screen, switching the double team. Back out to James. He's going to look for a place to go. Back to Basili. High pass. Gets a turn on the pivot. Back to James. They're looking to double team him. Really good defense by Camden Easley of Orlando Christian Prep. He's going to box out. That one misses completely. Rebound by Thomas. Too hard off the rim. Gets it again. That one he's going to make. 33-31. Velasquez running full bore into the defense. Lubin calls for it. Almost lost the handle. Gets it back. Sees open space. He's going to run it in. Are they going to call a charge? Yes, they will. Elijah Elliott sees it. Got his feet set on the inside block. Waited for him, and he bowled him right over. Back-to-back charges on back-to-back possessions for the Warriors. And they're going to substitute in the 6'10 sophomore Jaden Hastings as a senior easily takes a seat. Fabio Basili will bring it down. A 2-point lead for the Warriors. Basili crossover, trying to break the ankles, but great defense by Velasquez. Thomas is going to kick it back out to Davis, who kicks it back to Basili. He's going to pull up for a long three off the front of the rim. Picked up by Hastings. He's going to push it down court. And Velasquez puts it in. Jamari Sands gave chase, but couldn't come up with the block. And Basili will once again set up the offense, looking for a place to go with it. Working laterally, trying to find some space. Kick out, working aside to James goes cross court to Jamari Sands. Sands going to kick it back out. That's going to be by Buckner. Buckner's going to go in. Rejected by Lubin. Controlled by the Pioneers. Long three by Basili. It's good. And the Pioneers draw within one, 35-34. To answer, and A.J. Brown says, I'll see you three. I'll raise it up, 38-34. And James drives in. No foul called, loses control of the basketball. And Orange Christian Prep will take possession. A 4-point lead. Velasquez slowly works it up court. Velasquez looking for Figueroa, instead finds Lubin. Puts it on the ground, gets it stolen away. Is it stolen away? He finally picked up. And that was Jamari Sands, comes away with the official steal. Basili behind the back, kicks it out to James. It's knocked away. One-on-one down the floor, up, in, misses off the rim. Rebound by James. He snags it away from Lubin. He's going to look for somewhere to go. He's going to drive the lane. Misses one, follows up his own shot, trying to grab it. They're still playing hot potato. Finally picked up by Basili. He's going to bring it back out to center court and work his way around. James puts on the deck, drives, pulls up at the elbow for a shot, misses. Nothing but air. Figueroa gets down to Velasquez in the left corner. Long three off the back of the rim. Jamari Sands can't hold it. Picked up by Hastings. He can't put it in. And now Sands is going to push it down court. Tipped off of the fingers of Lubin into the hands of Tyler Davis, and a foul called. So A.J. Brown, the 6'4 junior guard, called for the foul. And to the lines for two is Tyler Davis. And the lefty misses the first one. Not much arc on that. You can see it hit the back of the rim and spin right off. 3 fouls already in the quarter for Orlando Christian Prep. 38-34 your score. The Warriors with the lead. 1 for 2 goes Tyler Davis. And A.J. Brown will work it up, passes to Lubin. That's knocked away by Basili. Number 1 versus number 2. Orlando Christian Prep undefeated, 1 loss on the books, 13-1, a 5-game winning streak for Oak Ridge High School. Lubin in traffic. They are trapping the entire way up the court. Velasquez for 3. He drains it. 41-35, a 6-point lead. Basili will go for a long 3 to answer. He'll answer back with his own. Velasquez saying, what do I have to do? My hands are right in his face. Lubin's going to drive. Thought he might have had a walk there. He's going to lay it off the glass. And they'll give him the old Euro step treatment. 43-38, another long 3, in and out. Basili trying to bring this game back within 2. Instead, A.J. Brown's going to work it up court. He's going to hand it back to Josh Velasquez. He has Lubin on his left, and they're going to try and reset the offense. Lubin's going to work his way in towards the goal. Hastings going to work out. Going to be a pick. Looking for the screen. Back to Hastings. Blocked from behind by Thomas. And the hit under the leg pass by Basili. And Tyler Davis lays it off the glass. 43-40. We got ourselves a game with 1:10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Lubin to Hastings. They're going to try again. That one he will finish. They were looking for the exact same treatment he had before. He was waiting for the pressure to come from behind him. James pulls up for 3. He's off the front of the rim. Picked up by Blesses. He's going to push it down court. He's got Figueroa. He's going to turn, pull up for a jumper. He's going to hit it. 47-40. 45 seconds left. Davis was all by himself. Could have pulled up, wanted to drive, got stopped. And now the offense for the Pioneers resets. Long 3 off the front of the rim. Rebound by Hastings, and Lubin is going to work it. He's going to hand it to Velasquez, and they're going to slow it down. 30 seconds remaining in the third, a 7-point lead for the Warriors. Hands it to Figueroa. Figueroa is working at the wing, inside to Hastings. He's double-teamed. Pivoting his way in, off the rim. Can't get it, gets his own rebound. No, picked up by James to Basili. He saves it. No. Basili tried to save it, couldn't hold it. Manages to hit the far sideline. That's going to be blue ball with 7 seconds left. 2 substitutions for the Pioneers. Lewis Jones, Jeremiah Bannister come in as James and Jamari Sands will head to the bench for the last 7 seconds. 5 seconds and counting. Looking for the drive. Pulls up. The jumper for 2 off the front of the rim. Rebound by Basili. And he flings it down court just for the heck of it. So at the end of 3, 47-40. The Orlando Christian Prep Warriors have a 7-point lead and 3 fouls. No fouls at all for the Pioneers. Good game overall. We're going to have an exciting fourth quarter, folks. We'll be right back here to Oak Ridge High School. Welcome back to Oak Ridge High School. Fourth quarter, 8 minutes to go. Will number 1 Orlando Christian Prep be able to hold off a surging Oak Ridge High School Pioneers, the number 2 team in the state? Basili once again will work. Breaks him down, looks for a 3 ball. Going to kick it back out to Bannister. Bannister over to Thomas. Basili looking to drive. Spin move, loses control, and a foul called. Looks like Josh Blasquez, nodding his head that he got him on a push on the arm. So the 4th foul, again, 3 more fouls, and the Pioneers go into the bonus. So Basili looks for a place to go, gives it to Thomas. Thomas will send it back to Lewis Jones. He's going to drive in. Euro step, hit as he goes up with it. And a foul on number 2, Van Allen Lubin, the 6'7 junior. A correction, they're going to say 2 shots on Jaden Hastings. So the 6'10 sophomore called for the harm. And 47-40. Lewis Jones looks to put the first 2 points on the board in the fourth quarter. First one goes off the back of the rim. Every point more and more important. And Jones makes the second one as a whistle is blown for a substitution. Isaiah Brown will come in as Hastings heads to the bench, so a little bit of the height off of the floor. They're going to move to a faster lineup now. Lubin's going to work at the point guard. He's going to push it to Blasquez, or rather to Figueroa, who's going to push it up. Now it goes to Blasquez on the left side. Guarded by Basili, looking for a place to go. Gets a semi-screen from Figueroa, who takes the ball. He's going to work the corner. Take it in, kicks it back out to A.J. Brown. He's going to work it in. Spin move, roll, off the glass. No good. Gets his own rebound. Puts it in, and 1. What a play by A.J. Brown. Gets a spin move, gets his own rebound, and he finally gets the harm. And looks like that was called on Milan Buckner, who will sub out as Michael James will step in. And A.J. Brown will look to put the Warriors over the half-century mark, 49-41. Your score, 55 seconds gone by here. That one bounces off the back rim straight up. Rebound. And a foul. Caleb Thomas couldn't finish. Just needed the roll to fall in to try and get that back. Instead, it's going to stay 49-41. He'll go to the line for two. Foul called on A.J. Brown. Just under 7 minutes remaining in this game. And Thomas rattles it home for the first one. 6 team fouls for the Warriors. They're going to have to be careful as they will start putting themselves into trouble. Every foul will lead to shots. Second one rattles in and out, no good. Same sound, different result, 49-42, a 7-point lead. Lubin kicks it back to Blasquez, who brings it to Lubin. He's going to kick it forward to Figueroa. He's going to turn the corner. Underneath, blocked. And that'll be kicked back up by Lewis Jones. Jones hands to Basili. He's going to work his way in. Going to float it off the front of the rim. Jones tried to finish, couldn't. Come up empty. And once again, the Warriors will push it forward. Figueroa slows it down, hands it off to Blasquez. He's got Lubin moving, trying to get the angle. Instead, Blasquez is going to take it himself. He's going to roll in off the rim. No good. Picked up by Basili, who's going to push it up court. He's got Bannister. Bannister goes in and puts it home. Good finishing traffic for Jeremiah Bannister. 49-44, a 5-point lead. Brown goes cross court to Figueroa. They're going to look for Blasquez, who's up on the front left corner, nearest to us. And Figueroa goes to Brown. Brown sizes up Michael James, kicks back out to Figueroa. He's going to go one-on-one. He's going to drive in. He's hit hard, a push in the back as he goes for the reverse. And that's Jeremiah Bannister on the foul. First one no good, hits back iron and bounces off. Still holding it 49-44. Next point for the Warriors puts them at 50 as Basili, I believe for the first time tonight, will check out. Tyler Davis will come in for a few minutes for him, give him a breather. I'm sure we'll see more of him in the next couple of minutes. Second shot is good, so 1 for 2, 50-44, a 6-point lead for the Warriors. Bannister going to work it down, looks to his coach for a play call. Drives through, kicks back out to James. He gets caught up in traffic, but lost control, lost his balance. Could have been called for a travel if he hadn't gotten that ball out of his hands. And Lubin will inbound it. Pioneers are going to show full court press. Have to make things happen now. A.J. Brown gets it. He's going to drive. He's got open space down the lane. He's going to work the finger roll off the left side. Rebound by James, and he'll come up court. He sees a crease. He's going to go up. He's hit on the hand, and he goes down. They're going to call a charge on that. Isaiah Brown takes the charge. Head coach Steve Reese disagreeing with that call, calmly but definitely making his opinion known. So that will go as a turnover and a foul for the Pioneers. Their third team foul. They still trail by 6, 5:13 remaining in this ball game. And Lubin looks to inbound. Blasquez takes it back to Lubin. They're going to work it up, but they're going to be working the half-court trap now. Blasquez has some room. James picks him up on the left wing. Trying to turn the corner. Has Isaiah Brown. Brown works the lefty inside, knocked away. And they're going to call a reach in. Maybe a push off on the back as he reached around the corner would be my guess. Isn't he got a hold of the arm? So that foul called on Caleb Thomas, a big foul. That had the possibility of being a turnover. Was probably going to be Pioneer ball instead of whistle blown. And the Warriors retain possession. Isaiah Brown looks inside to Lubin. He puts it in traffic, works his way through the contact, and now the Warriors up by 8. Their biggest lead of the night. And off to Thomas. He works it back towards Jones. James going to work his way. He thought of a step back inside, sends it back around the corner. Jones working his way in, puts the shoulder into him. And I think that's a good call. You don't like it. You want to see him get a play through, but he definitely put a shoulder down and into the defender. That's a good call. A loud groan from the crowd, but the right choice to make. 52-44 as they will clean up the sweat spots on the floor. And Lubin will once again look to inbound. Only one Warrior player in the front court. Everybody else working the back court. They know they're playing heavy defense. They're going to be playing trap-happy defense to get back from this 8-point deficit. Out to Figueroa. Pushes it back to Jones. Blasquez holds. A.J. Brown up near him on his left side, his left outlet. He will give it to Brown. Brown's going to cross over, drive in, pass to Lubin. He'll slam it home. And a 10-point lead for the Warriors with 4 minutes to go. We are halfway through, and a timeout called by the Oak Ridge High School Pioneers. A full timeout called. We'll step away. You're watching the MLK, the Dream is Real Classic, here on SUV TV.
Yeah.
And welcome back to Oak Ridge High School, 54-44. The Warriors have opened up a 10-point lead, their largest of the night. And we are just under halfway to go in this fourth and final quarter. And if I haven't said so already, a very happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day to everybody. Please take some time, remember what this day is for, what it's all about. A very important day in our country, especially now, as head coach Steve Reese talked about in the half of the game prior to us when Auburndale and Olympia. James swings it out to Tyler Davis. Back inside to James. He's looking to get up. Plays through the contact on the wrist. Up and in for 2. Back within a single-digit lead. Down the court, you've got Figueroa wide open. He's going to one-hand it. Followed up with A.J. Brown with the rebound. Couldn't put it back in. Basile back in the game. He's going to drive in. Plays contact. Created his own contact. Thought he could have gotten the roll. Instead, that's going to be a foul on Isaiah Brown. And Basile will go to the line for 2. First one is good. 7th foul for the Warriors. So that puts the Pioneers into the bonus. Any foul now will result in foul shots. Basile misses the second one off the front of the rim. Rebound by Blasquez. He's double teamed. He's going to go cross court to Isaiah Brown. He's going to go up court to Figueroa, who was trying to get a lob for Lubin. And it's like he got caught up in traffic, and that ball goes out of bounds. Nothing malicious there. Both players going for the ball. When Lubin tried to jump, there was some traffic in the way. Nothing to call except for a turnover. Hastings back in the game now as Michael James works from the right wing back up to number 15, Jamari Sands, back to Basile. Still looking somewhere to go. A push called, and 1-1. Foul on number 1, Omar Figueroa. And Basile 1 for 2 on his last pair. Makes the first one. And he's brought the Pioneers within 6. Looks to make it within 5. They've cut the lead in half over the last minute. Misses the first one again off front iron. Just not much behind it. Hastings with the rebound. They're going to give it to him. He's going to try and find an outlet. He finds Lubin. Lubin's going to push up court. He's going to hand to Brown on the left corner. Off the side rim. knocked away by James, but rebound offensively by Figueroa. And Blasquez is going to reset himself. Lubin comes out, tries to draw some defense out of the middle of the lane, give Blasquez a chance to run. He's going to try and cross it over. He instead gives it to Lubin. Lubin has Figueroa in the lane. He kicks out to the side. A.J. Brown finds Lubin at the wing, kicks it back to the top, and they're going to slow it down. 2.5 minutes left and a 6-point lead. Blasquez drives in, kicks out, hands it back to him. They're just going to keep on moving the basketball as much as they can. Blasquez finds a hole, slips, and it kicks away. Out of bounds, Pioneer ball. And that had to happen. They're going to play very tight defense and try and force a turnover or a mistake as we near the 2-minute mark left in this basketball game. Vasily looks to set something up. He has Elijah Elliott. Elliott works at the wing. Vasily double teamed. 3 from the wing for James, off the iron, no good. And a foul over the back by Elijah Elliott. And that's a good call as Elliott draws the foul. So 6 fouls now on the Oak Ridge Pioneers. Next one will put them over the limit and put the Warriors in the bonus. Lubin, triple team, still working his way up. Finds A.J. Brown one-on-one. High lob, and Hastings couldn't control it just a little bit too high. Knew he had one right there. That could have been a dagger. Set a minute 45. Thomas comes out. Number 25, Jamari Bannister, re-enters the game for Oak Ridge. 54-48, a 6-point game. 146 remains. And buckle up, folks. We got a really, really impressive next 100 seconds to come to you in this game. Vasily going to drive in. He's going to spin, switch hands. Blocked. But a foul called before the block by Jaden Hastings. That'll put Vasily the line for 2. Both times now he has gone 1 for 2. Needs to drain both to draw the game within 4. First one hits the front of the rim, but rolls forward and rolls back in, able to get that one down. 54-49. Next point puts Oak Ridge over the half-century mark. And once again, in and out. Vasily feels snake bit at the line. He's got 2 free ones, and he can't seem to get it. Good pressure. And a foul called. A foul called from all the way at the far end of the court. Referees not even on this side of the half-court line. So a 30-second timeout called by the Warriors.
Yeah.
And that'll be the last break we have from the action. So 54-49, a foul call that made everybody unhappy. And here, this bleeding green and white, as they thought that he was much too far away. But it's a 3-man crew. You have one at the baseline, one on the far sideline, and then that official works further down the court to be prepared for a fast break. So he's in the right position. He makes the call he had to make. So a 5-point lead for the Warriors. They will inbound. Josh Blasquez will inbound. He's got Lubin, everyone actually working on this side of the court. They know the track defense coming. Gets it to Blasquez. He's got room. Lubin is still going to be the outlet piece on this side of the half court. Just barely gets over the line in time. Pass to Figueroa. They try to chase it. No good, but right into the hands of Hastings. Hit him right in the chest and out of bounds. Costly turnover for the Warriors. Bannister checks back in. And the Pioneers know there's blood in the water. They have to capitalize on it now. Bannister works at the top. Going to have to work quick and efficiently. drives in, high floater above the square. He's knocked down, and that is going to put him to the line for two. And that was A.J. Brown with the foul, and at this point now, fouls are going to be a key piece. You have to capitalize on every single point. This 1-for-2 type foul shooting they've had has been costing them as they come down the stretch here. And that one bounces off back on. You can see the frustrated look on the face of Jeremiah Bannister. As Isaiah Brown will come in for Jaden Hastings. They're going to bring in his defense. As they switch sides, Blasquez and Brown. Bannister with his second shot. They'll play this one. That one's nothing but twine. Timeout called by the Pioneers. We'll stay here with you live. 1:03 left in the game, 54-50. And what a game this has been. If we take you back to the top, Oak Ridge High School and Coach Stephen Reese started off the year 13-1, second in Class 7A, a 5-game winning streak coming in. And you have certainly seen the production that comes from guys like leading scorer Mike James, his 19.5 points per game. Jalen Smith scoring 13.5 points per game. And we haven't been able to see much of him. Really, he went out with injury, and that's a piece that's really hurt Oak Ridge over this over the course of this game. They needed those extra points from him. Basili, a guy that you're looking at 9.2 points per game. He has really risen up and made himself known. He has handled the ball well, made good decisions. And that is what they're going to have to do to finish out this game and try and come back and steal a victory away from the Warriors. 1:03 left in the game. Warriors control possession. And a foul called on the floor before the inbound. If so, that's going to be a 1-and-1. It is a hold called on Tyler Davis, and that will result in free throws. So 4-point lead, and now both teams inside the bonus. And the first one is good. A.J. Brown sinks it and puts the lead to 5. They'll play this one for real. And makes them both. James will inbound it to Basili. They're going to let it bounce, try and conserve as much clock as they can. James going to take it off the pass, drive in. A blocking foul and count the finger roll. What a shot by James. Drives in, contorts the body, gets the finger roll and the harm. Are they saying no shot? All right, so they will say the basket is good, and they do call the block. So now back within 4. A key now for Michael James has to make this. And the defense will have to step up after the make. They'll play it. And he does. Nothing but net. 3 points remaining. And a timeout called one more time by Oak Ridge. And a full timeout for Oak Ridge. So 57.5 seconds remain in this game. A 3-point lead, 10 team fouls for the Warriors, 7 team fouls for the Pioneers. And what an epic ending we are going to get here in the MLK Dream is Real tournament at Oak Ridge High School. Again, our thanks to head coach Steve Reese for inviting us at SUV TV to be here. It is beyond our honor to be here for this game. An absolute pleasure it has been been a great day of sports all around on the network. If you haven't caught it, be sure to go back and check everything. If you haven't caught it, we had the Georgia-Florida High School Football Classic. We had some tournaments up in the state of Georgia, basketball, and, of course, the one here, which we are proud to bring you. So here we go, inbound to Figueroa. He'll go back to Blasquez. They're going to go back and forth, wait for the double team, and they push it up court. Foul called, and like a push on Isaiah Brown. And that'll be 2 shots. Or no, 1-1, they're saying. Still 1-1 with the 8th foul. Defense has to be prepared for this. Crash the rim, get it, and work it back up court. Still time for 2 shots. They need it. And a late substitution and a big groan from the crowd. They let in Basili that late once they already had their player Brown at the line. Misses that one. Needs to be picked up. Trying to save it. They don't. Lubin gets hit. And another foul. Loose ball foul. That was a scrum for the basketball. And Basili called for a block. They're going to bring Bannister in the game as well. Caleb Thomas will sit. Basili will work in the backcourt. And they also bring back in Tyler Davis for Jamari Sands. Still a 3-point ball game. We are still working, I believe, 1-1, although there is nobody at the near block. And he missed it. 3-point game and 40 seconds to go. Michael James brings it up court. Breaking down the defense. Kicked it to Bannister, who managed to keep control. James has it again. 30 seconds remaining. Out to the far side. From the wing, no good. Rather from the corner, no good. And a foul. And Milan Buckner had a wide open shot and just missed it. Hit the iron and went out. Foul on number 24, Tyler Davis, the 10th foul for both teams now. And it'll be 2 shots. 27 seconds remaining on the clock. Jamari Sands waits to check back in. Isaiah Brown misses the first one off the back of the rim. Hope is still alive. Begins to fade. 27 seconds. This is going to be big. You have Jamari Sands in the backcourt. Blasquez and Figueroa in the backcourt right now for the Warriors. That one's good. A 4-point lead. 57-53. Basili will play it off of the roll. He steps back, drives the lane, fakes the pass, off the glass, no good. And it goes out of bounds. And another timeout called by Oak Ridge. That'll be a 30-second timeout. We will keep you here. 57-53, 20 seconds remaining. A 2-possession game for the Pioneers. They're going to have to score quick, either get a foul or try and get a steal. But it's going to take at least 2 possessions to close this game. A lot of things can happen. We can't see how many timeouts they have remaining. But again, both teams above the bonus. Each foul will result in 2 shots for each of them. Orlando Christian Prep came out a little bit sluggish to begin the game. Pioneers opened up a pretty comfortable 6-8 point lead early on. Then you begin to see them really take control of this game. The mistakes were limited. Aggressive play by their guards, Blasquez and Figueroa. And out of bounds, Lubin knocks it away from Michael James. I believe it will stay white ball. And they're going to have Bannister take it out on the near sideline. Bannister finds James again. Lubin on James. He'll push. Going to go up. Loses the handle. And rejected by Jaden Hastings. Almost rejected it out of the gym. And that took almost 14 seconds. 13.1 remains. 57-43. Orlando Christian Prep with a 4-point lead. Basili crossing over, trying to find something to James. Gets the defender in air. He makes it to three-pointer, but 4 seconds remain. And another 30-second timeout called by Oak Ridge. 57-56. That took a lot of time. Almost 9 seconds off the clock. 3.8 seconds left. A 1-point lead. You're going to have to foul as soon as that ball gets in, and you have to expect it's going to go to number 2, Van Allen Lubin. Hack him immediately and see if they can get lucky at the line. He will shoot 2 regardless of who gets the foul. They will get 2 shots as both teams are in the bonus 10 fouls apiece. Everybody in the backcourt right now looking for somewhere to put it. The run, an immediate foul, 0.7 of a second comes off the clock. Omar Figueroa, the 6-foot senior, the guard. He will take the 2 foul shots. Foul on number 15, Jamari Sands, one you knew you had to make, as Basili will check back in one more time. First one off the front of the rim, and it rolls in. 58-56. Basili checks in. Tyler Davis checks out. Omar Figueroa. Try and nail this game down, at least put a 3-point required. He does, nothing but net. 3 seconds and a 3 has to be hit in order to tie the game. Basili gets it, he's going to push down the court. 3 ball. Off the rim, no good. Had a wide open look, and Sands missed it off the back of the rim. And Orlando Christian Prep survives. They win 59-56 to end the MLK The Dream is Real tournament here at Oak Ridge High School. Folks, thank you for joining us tonight. It was an absolute pleasure to bring this game to you. Number 1 stays on top, 59-56. For all of us here at SUV TV, happy MLK Junior Day. I'm Graham McGowan. So long, and we'll see you next time here on SUV